I've got a 2014 Kia Forte hatchback that I'll be putting a 2-channel dash cam in. It's got built-in voltage cutoff, so I'll be hardwiring it using one of these little fuse taps coming out of my fuse box. And here's the channel 1. I'll be tucking that right in front of my rearview mirror. I'm not an expert, never done this before, so I'll probably make mistakes along the way. Hopefully you can learn from me. Alright, so first I've got this length of cable here that's going to connect my front and rear camera together. The front, I'm going to be mounting that like right up here, you know, in a position where hopefully it won't be too visible from the driver's seat, something like that. So I'm just gonna eyeball the cable right now. I'm gonna try to tuck it, you know, underneath all this stuff here. It's gonna, oh wow, a little hard to see. But basically I'm gonna run it along straight towards the back. So we'll see how well that works out. These cables are labeled. That one says front. Not sure how well you can see that, but so I'm gonna start from here. Okay, now I see most people kind of shove the wiring up under this weather stripping here, but as you can see, it actually makes it stick out a little bit, and I don't really like that. It's not really clean. So what I'm gonna do is you can actually get it underneath the ceiling. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but there is actually a lip under here, and I'm going to get it underneath the actual roof upholstery. Okay, so I was able to get it up under the ceiling part, and now you can't even tell. Can't even tell anything was there. Not sure if I'm focused on it or not. There we go. Yeah, looks pretty good. Looks exactly as it did before. And then on the other side, let's see. And on the other side, so I got it going around and inside here, and then I did the same thing for the underside of this. And what makes it a little easier is this. The stripping actually pulls out a little bit, and it makes it a little easier to get the stuff underneath. Okay, and so now where I'm at, I sent it all the way around. And now I need to work on the trunk, or on the alright, so now I need to work on the hatch. And what I want to do is I ultimately want to get the camera right up top here, and so I want to thread the wire through this tubing, and I've actually got a good bit of space under here. You can see I've got a whole bunch of extra cable, a whole bunch of extra wire. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start from where I ultimately want the camera, right up here, and I'm gonna fish that through, and then with the extra cable, I'm gonna tuck it either in this little panel here or maybe under here. We'll see. I'll figure that out later. Alright, so that's where I'm at. Forget if I showed you this already, but I got it all up through here, and then that side's done. And then over here, let's see, from there it went up here through the underside. Showed you there was a nice big gap up here. So what I did was, so right about here, that's where I wanted my camera to go, the rear camera, and I popped off this this panel right here. Okay, all you gotta do is kind of get behind it and give it a little pop. It comes right off. Okay, and so it goes through there, and then this webbing, or this tubing, this stuff just kind of pops out of here. And I'll tell you, it was a real pain in the butt trying to get it up through here. So I popped both these out, and then just trying to get this end through the webbing was a real pain. And I'm a little worried I might have bent the pin a little bit trying to fish it out. I can't really get a good look at that, but yeah. All right, so what I got here is the hardwire kit. This is gonna go straight into my fuse box. The 3 cables I got here, B+, that's gonna be for the constant power. The yellow here says ACC. That's gonna be for the accessories. That'll let the unit know when the car is actually turned on. And then here's my ground cable. It's got a little lug on there, and that's just going to get screwed into one of the bolts on the actual body of the car. And I've got 2 of these little add-a-fuse guys. So one of these is going to go to an accessory fuse, and then one to something that's already on. And I went through and I checked my fuse setup, and figured out which fuses I'm going to use, which ones are always on and which ones are just accessories. So for my B+, the red cable, the one that's always on, I'll be hooking that into this 10 amp trunk fuse. And then for my accessory, since the cigarette lighter, is off when the car is off, is on when the car's on, I'm gonna hook my my yellow accessory wire to the 20 amp cigarette lighter. It's not gonna be using the 20 amp circuit. I'll be using something appropriate for that fuse. And this little guy has little inline fuses attached to it. I'm gonna leave those there. I'm not gonna bother cutting them here and worrying about that. Nothing wrong with me having too many. Alright, so let's see, we can see system's up and running, and I got all the fuses in there. So let's see, I got the power cable. It comes through here. I popped this little plastic thing in the back, kind of pops off. Just pop that off, and I send the cable to the left, the power cable. So the video camera rear camera goes, the wire goes that way and along the right side. Power cable comes up and then to the left. Okay, and let's see. So what I found out was really helpful is this this weather stripping just pops off. Nice and easy, which gives you a really good access to a nice little gap up here, which I can't focus on. Okay, so yeah, so that little gap, you can just send the wire once you come up through this, through the roof. Okay, then you can send the wire down through here, and then from the inside all the way down. And then once you pop off the webbing here, you've actually got a clear, you got a nice little gap that comes from the back side of the plastic to, you can feel it and you can fish the cable back through here. So what I have down here, you can see all the wiring just chilling. Okay, so as I said, I was going to leave the inline fuses intact, and if we can get a view, let's see. So down there to the left, that's where the ground cable goes, and then up here, if I can get some focus on it, you can see where my fuse taps go. So all I got to do now is clean up these wires and stick my panel back on. I wanted them to be kind of hard to see, which I would say mission accomplished. Can't really focus on it, but right there you can see, yeah, so there's like glare in the window. Whatever, you can't really see it, which is good. And then the rear camera's back here, right there. All right, yeah, there we go. And yeah, pretty discreet, I think. I like that. Have some focus problems here, but yeah, that's it. So good luck.